Falls tornado occurred on April the 10th, 1979. The tornado was the most notable of 13 tornadoes that ripped through the Red River Valley on the day commonly called Terrible Tuesday. In Texoma, nothing about the weather appeared unusual during the early hours of April the 10th, 1979. It was business as usual. But before the day end, 3 very large, devastating tornadoes swept across the area, leaving scores dead and hundreds injured. Most of the fatalities were in Wichita Falls, Vernon, Texas, and Lawton, Oklahoma. Forecasters at the National Severe Storm Forecast Center had to decide how soon tornadoes would develop and how large an area would be threatened. Tornado Watch Box number 67 was issued at 1:55 p.m., calling for tornadoes, large hail, and damaging thunderstorms.
Tornado watch for portions of western and north central Texas and southwest Oklahoma, 2 p.m. until 7 p.m. this Tuesday afternoon and evening.
Storm spotters networks were alerted. Spotters took their pre-planned command posts on the NWS office and deployed radio equipment members to vantage points that assured good observation coverage southwest of the city. Radio and television station aired the tornado watch so that most of the people were alerted to the threat and ready for warning messages and sirens that were to come later. About 3:45, a F4 tornado hit Vernon hard, with 11 people dead and damage in the millions. Later, that same tornado hit Lawton, Oklahoma, and killed 3 people. At least 13 tornadoes touched down in Texoma that afternoon. Shortly before 6 p.m. that Tuesday, trained spotters were watching the storm just south of Wichita Falls, coming from Seymour, Texas, where a tornado had already hit.
I'll try to stay as close as possible. Cypress and 369. Okay, Cypress and 369. It is heading along Southwest Parkway. Is that right, Joe? Okay, that thing looks like it's moving directly east. It's on the north side of Southwest Parkway, and it's almost at the intersection with the Jacksboro Highway. Still on the ground. Ronald Debris, go ahead. Yourself. Don't see it. It is even with Harrison Street. It's on Harrison Street south of town. It is on the north side of Southwest Parkway, and it should be right at the Jacksboro Highway and Southwest Parkway. A little north of that, maybe a half a mile. Go ahead. I'll tell you what, they've got a bad one up there.
This was the 3rd time in many decades the dreaded words tornado had echoed through the city.
My composure to a certain extent again. The damage is devastating. Undoubtedly there must be many injuries. I see damage all the way to the expressway at T-Line. Absolute total chaos. There undoubtedly has to be many injuries. This whole area of town is absolutely flat.
The twister was selective in its work, wiping out whole neighborhoods and blocks, and yet sparing others. When it was all said and done, mothers, children, fathers lay dead, injured and stunned. All electrical power had been wiped out. Entire homes had vanished. Shopping centers, banks, churches, apartments, and grocery stores were all leveled or heavily damaged. Hundreds of cars were tossed about like toys, ripped and torn, bent and battered. One of the major dangers through the night following the tornado was fire. That night was very long. As the morning sun came up, you could see the horrible damage in the city. 44 persons killed, hundreds hurt, and thousands homeless. See the path of the storm as it moved through the city, first damaging a football stadium and then a junior high school. Fortunately, students were on spring break that week. Once the shock wore off, people began to dig out and look for personal belongings to save. While some searched, others grieved over their loved ones. The following Sunday was Easter. Will always be special to the Wichitans who learned that Easter week the true meaning of coming together and helping each other.